everyone, so I wanted to make a quick video today to let you know about the 2023 Chicago Excellence in Gardening Awards. Now, stuff like this I will typically share on Instagram, and I forget that there's not a lot of crossover necessarily between the audiences, and there's stuff like this that I definitely want to make sure that you know about. So I'm thinking I might put together like some shorter videos around things like this and put them out on Sundays. That way you don't have to be on Instagram to get notified of the things that I'm going to talk about. But I wanted to make sure you knew about this in case you were in Chicago and you wanted to submit your garden. Now, I am not at all affiliated with the organization. I've just entered my garden the last couple years. So I'll tell you how to enter, I'll tell you a little bit about it, and then if you live in Chicago and you have a garden, even if you think it's too small, because the first time I entered I had a very small garden, it's definitely worth it. The Chicago Gardening Awards have been around for, I think it's 7 years now. I first entered my garden, which was not at this house, in 2019. I got an honorable mention, which is really exciting because again, it was much smaller than what I have going on now. So enter your garden no matter what. And then 2020 and 2021, it was virtual, and I think you submitted a video and had people vote on it then. And then 2022, it was back in person and I got another honorable mention. So it's really fun to sign up for. You don't have to have just a personal garden to sign up. In fact, I have the list here of the categories. So they have ornamental gardens, vegetable gardens, container gardens, specialized gardens for small and large residential buildings, businesses, school gardens, community gardens, urban farms, organizations. So if you have any sort of garden that falls in any of those categories, then you can enter. So how do you enter? I'm going to post the link below to where you can go and sign up. The deadline this year is June 30th, which is earlier than it has been in the past. So because of that, you can actually submit photos from last year, which is what I did, because my garden looks very different in mid-May than it does in July or August. So you'll submit 2 photos, you'll fill out a form with a bunch of questions about your garden, and then you'll submit it. And then what'll happen is you'll get an email, I don't know at one point, sometime after the deadline. And if you've been selected to have someone come judge your garden, they'll let you know. I think they also let you know if you haven't. And again, if you don't make it to the next stage, don't let that break your heart, but it's still a fun experience overall. So you'll get an email if you've been selected or not for a judge to come to your house. They'll come to your house, they'll walk around, they'll ask you questions. And then I feel like, I might be making this up because I don't know behind the scenes, but I feel like if someone judges your garden in person, you get an honorable mention. And then they also select a few winners from each category. And then everyone who's either a category winner or honorable mention gets to go to the little event that they put on, the awards ceremony. And the first year I went in 2019, I think it was in a school auditorium. 2022, it was at a meadery, which I think it is at again. In fact, let me see if I can figure out where it is. It's Wild Blossom Meadery and Winery on the south side, and it was really, really cool. They had a little yard that was really pretty. You got to try all of the different meads that they had, and so that was a really fun experience. So I would definitely recommend signing up. If you're an honorable mention, you get a little paper certificate. I think if you're a category winner, you get a sign to place in the garden or in your front yard. And it's just a great way to meet a bunch of fellow gardeners in the community. You do have to be in Chicago in one of the 50 wards. This does not include any suburbs or anything like that. I think you submit your ward when you fill it out. And then, so I'm gonna link down the website. I'll also link down directly to the form, but let me see, for example, some of the questions that they'll ask. Click here to enter. Yeah, so they'll ask you your address, obviously, so they know where to find you, your ward number, the story of your garden, the details of your garden, how you use sustainable practices. And they did say this year they're putting more of an emphasis in the judging on sustainability. And I think those are all the questions that it asks you. So yes, if you are interested, fill out the form linked down below. Again, even if your garden is small, don't let that deter you because there's a lot of really incredible small gardens in the city. In fact, one of my favorite gardens that I see while I walk around won last year, and they just garden right along the sidewalk. So it's not like it's a huge space. So I know I keep saying this, sign up. It'll be fun. Let me know in the comments if you do end up signing up if you're in Chicago. And that's everything for this video. Let me know if you like things like this, like short little videos that maybe I would just share in the stories on Instagram, but I want to make sure you guys see it too. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.